Hey there, folks. Welcome into the Bubba's Buffet podcast, live from Crescent Plumbing Supply. On my lunch break, short and to the point. This podcast doesn't beat around the bush. It just takes the bush right out and goes right for the heart of the story. On today's pod, I want to discuss a couple things. The Marvel Doomsday capturing lightning in a bottle twice attempt, and then the Michael Jackson movie and how it ties to the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa kind of run where things can be tainted by a certain reputation. So, number one, Marvel is bringing back the old crew because when studios want to make money, I mean, the Russo brothers and anybody, and Kevin Feige and Marvel will tell you, yes, they had an idea. Really, they're just trying to get people back to the cinema to watch Marvel movies, which has not been easy since 2019's Avengers Endgame. Beautifully wrapped up that whole arc, the previous, 20, 25 movies. And now, ever since, the 6-7 years since, it's kind of been a little flat. And so they have reinserted Mr. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Victor Doom, and he is going to be the new Thanos, the new catalyst of bad things for the good guys. And it's going to be Doomsday, and then it's going to be another movie called Avengers Secret Wars, where I think everybody in the Marvel, formerly Fox, 20th Century Fox canon is going to be in there. You'll probably see Deadpool and Wolverine and everybody, Wolverine's cousin, Deadpool's girlfriend. Maybe they'll all show up, I don't know. But they are trying to capture lightning in a bottle twice, and it's very dangerous because you ended Endgame on this such a high, poignant, sweet, beautiful, whatever you want to call, riveting note, that you're going to go back to that and bring back Chris Evans, who will obviously be playing a variant of Steve Rogers, not the one that we saw take the stones back. Maybe he took the Infinity Stones back in the end of Endgame. Maybe he did not. I don't know. Apparently the rumors is that he upset the multiverse and took out Doctor Doom's family because obviously something pissed him off. And of course, Doctor Doom will be a variant of Tony Stark in some way because the guy looks just like Tony Stark. You can't get past that one. And so I think it is a risk to it, but I can't watch those trailers enough. They brought back some of the X-Men because now the X-Men are part of Marvel. That's official now, especially with the Deadpool versus Wolverine. Both those guys, as I previously mentioned, could show up. Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, maybe Chris Pratt. All the Chris's are going to be coming back. And of course, the Black Panther characters and the Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four, they're going to be in there. Maybe Chris Evans will play the Torch and Steve Rogers. I don't know. But there's an excitement to it. And then there's also how are they going to do it? And it's coming out in November, so it's an event movie. It's kind of an adventure movie coming out during awards season, so they really mean business. They're trying to carve off a piece of that for themselves, and I do think it's a risk because you're bringing back the old reliables when everything was kind of closed off perfectly. And I do think it's going to be it's got to be the event of the year, with no disrespect. I mean, the Adventures of Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt's character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's one I'm looking forward to. But any movie Marvel fan has to be thinking about Avengers Doomsday coming out later this year. So it's I don't know. It's risky, but it's exciting, and I think that's something to kind of look forward to. And it's hard to deny the power and the charisma of those movie stars that I just listed. I mean, they're all going to be here, and obviously they got something up their sleeve, and it's going to be something that I think is going to definitely set the table, set the tone for maybe the next few years of Marvel. So yeah, I mean, every concern people have about it is legit, but all the excitement is also kind of legit too. So we'll see what happens with that, as the trailer that did premiere at CinemaCon is going to be coming out probably very soon. It has not been leaked. That means that they want to hold on to it for a very special time. So we'll have to see about that. But number 2, the Michael Jackson movie, Michael, directed by Antoine Fuqua, a really good director, is getting pile-drived. I didn't do the screening because there was just something about the movie that I thought, it's not really urgent. And the reviews haven't been good. It's called Sanitized. It's called Beating Around the Bush. They're not really going after the controversial side of Michael Jackson's life, which is kind of like the elephant in the room, the sexual assault allegations, misconduct, whatever you want to call it. It's not something a lot of people can look past, and it's not something that the mass of moviegoers is going to look past. So, and I think it's in a way, it compares itself to the steroid thing in baseball, where people now can't really appreciate the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run chase because they were obviously doing steroids, something that was not punishable at the time in 1998, and I did think it helped rescue baseball out of the depths of a strike. They went on strike in 94. That home run chase happened 4 years later. It did kind of get people back into the game. As somebody who got to work the scoreboard and got to appreciate the live electricity of the McGwire-Sosa home run chase at Busch Stadium, the old Busch Stadium, across the street from the new one, I wouldn't trade it for moral high ground. It just doesn't really kind of make sense to me. And I know it's kind of an apples to oranges in a little bit. This is sexual misconduct. That's breaking the rules of the game. But when it comes to Michael Jackson and those things, I think there's been a bunch of people who believe it did happen, but it's never been something that has been concrete proven that what he did. Maybe he did that, maybe he didn't. It's not going to really affect the way that I watch the movie or appreciate it, but I do think it's going to affect the way people on the whole take that movie in, because they just can't get past that thing, and if you're not getting past it, you're never getting past it. So that's going to hurt that a little bit, and that comes out this week, and it's just not a really big excitable time for movies. I mean, Project Hail Mary came out, and then now we're just kind of waiting for the summer season to start, and outside of like Doomsday and more summer, like a legit Disclosure Day by Spielberg, that comes to mind. Trailer I watched this week, I really liked Ridley Scott's new movie, Dog Stars, with Jacob Elordi and Josh Brolin and Margaret Qualley. That looks good, but it's like a handful of movies that look like I can't miss them instead of a whole 2 handfuls or 4 handfuls, you know what I mean? So that's the state of the movies right now. Everything's kind of not as rush out to see, because TV is kind of dominating, in my opinion, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So Avengers Doomsday, bringing back the nostalgia, trying to capture lightning in a bottle. The Michael Jackson movie running into the same kind of problems that baseball purists, baseball lovers came into with the steroid era. It's some side stories are kind of controversy does not scrub off of a person and their story as easily as people think, and that's just the way it works. We can whine about it, we can cry about it, but that's just the way it is. So figure out what you want to watch out there and appreciate it, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks, because it's your time, it's your eyes, it's your heart that's getting involved. That is my thoughts for the day. Now it's time to get back into that building and pick some plumbing, because it's a beautiful day to plumb. See ya, folks.